Alright, so we about to continue the Lost and the Newest sub. I did it in between. People will tell me it's cool to say newest because some people can't get out the habit themselves. But I went in between. I almost said newest and newest. But when I check out newest again for Lost in Sauce, we're gonna check out their song. Hold on, I just had it in my head, and that messed me up. Sleep Talking. Now, last time we checked out Hello, and someone actually left a comment telling me that this song kind of had a bit of a reverse charting, where way after it came out, it started gaining traction, like on the charts. And that was after Minhyun had won a position on Produce, like to be a part of 101. Apparently, this song took off. It's kind of like what happened this year with Rooftop for And Flying. And Flying, they had that same thing. The song came out, it didn't initially pop off, but I don't know what reason. I still don't know what the reason was behind it popping off, but it kind of had that reverse charting thing where like after a good while after it came out, it started like getting traction in the charts, and they started getting a win well after their initial release of the song. That's what I was told happened with Hello for Newest. And I think that's cool. Which is like the bright side of these shows, you know. It gives people a chance to like end up debuting, and if it's like one of those shows that has members from groups that are either active or were active, gives them a chance to debut another one and bring attention to their group, and that's essentially what happened with Newest, the way I'm understanding it. So obviously, eventually I'll find out when I watch that video that I've told y'all about multiple times. But right now, let's check out Sleep Talking. Newest Sleep Talking. New East. Oh my god. Wait. So I'm guessing this was that same comment I think also mentioned like a sudden change in sound. This feels like it might be it. It's reminding me a little bit of like Vix's debut. Like a little more electronic. Wait, bro, are people... Oh... But reaction like this isn't because I don't like the song. I actually really like it. It's something else. Oh, that part there reminded me of a part in Gangnam Style. I guess it has to do with the nature of the K-pop industry as a whole, you know. I wanna try and remember what I want to say for afterwards. That scene reminds me of Hello from Shiny. Ah damn it, this song reminds me of so many things. I will give you this. It is definitely way different. But does different equal bad? No. bright ass smiles. It also reminds me a bit of like something Big Bang and like would have done too. Like not really around this time though, a little bit later. This was like early on, something that Big Bang would have done a little bit later than when this dropped. Yo, this is why I like checking out like the older songs. This isn't necessarily about just becoming like an instant fan, like 100% investing myself in the group. I want to learn more about groups that kind of got my attention. I just see the older stuff and how they've changed all the time, right? Learning about NUEST and everything that like has happened with them. It's one of those things where like you can't really tell someone how to be a fan. You can tell when someone's being petty, you know? I see sometimes petty things from fans and fandoms on Twitter all the time. Can you really tell someone to, like, they're so used to something from NUEST and then all of a sudden getting this, like, shock to the system? Because even visually, this is very different from the MVs that I've checked out. Like, it's a lot brighter and a lot more colorful. And it's not like the MVs have to stay dull to keep a similar sound to when they used to. But, like, it's all completely, like, stylistically them, like, outfits, the MV, like the neon. It seemed like it moved more towards that era that kind of 21 were like popping off with, you know. And like I said, I feel like that's kind of like the nature of the K-pop industry. A little bit less so now, while it still happens now, obviously. It was a lot more about concepts and then trying a different concept than it is now. When now, like, you see groups sometimes do storylines and longer MVs with stories in them. Not necessarily doing, okay, cute, girl crush, sexy, and innocent concepts like that, you know? So their songs are definitely different than this, but I like this. And it's probably just, I'm very open with like what I listen to. And then with time, whether I listen to it more, it just happens with time. Like, this is my first impression. And this is how I feel when I first listen to stuff. It's just like, okay, I like it. I can see where people would have been like, okay, this is so different from what I've been used to with NUEST. But it's like, I don't know. Like I said, the more I get into NUEST, the more I check out more of the stuff, I'll just learn more about how things happen around what time. Because this came out in 2013. I think that comment said this was like when they changed their sound and people were not really digging it. So let me know if you were like a fan of them around this time, how you felt with that switch up from Hello to this.